As many of you know, late last week, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck Kathmandu, Nepal. Uh, the devastation has been immense. Uh, Much of that city has been destroyed. Ancient monuments have fallen to the ground. Thousands of people have lost their lives, have been displaced, and there's a shortage of food, of fresh water, and medical aid. When tragedy like this strikes, uh, the question is raised: what is the Christian response? Well, I think the Christian response is to restore life. That is our calling as a people who trust that the resurrection has occurred, that Jesus is risen from the grave. We who follow this risen Lord are called out into the world to address tragedy and to step in when we can to restore life. But the question for us becomes, well, how do we do that? What does that look like for we who live on the other side of the world? What does it mean to restore life? Well, I think there's a couple of options that we have that I have listed below in this email. First, I think that we, Southland Baptist Church, are called to pray. We can pray for the people of Nepal, and I urge you to do so. Pray today. Pray this week that relief would occur for them in all manner of that word, that they would have food and fresh water and medical aid, that they would have shelter, that they would receive relief from their current suffering in every manner of that. Also, I think that we can pray for the long-term development of their country, that infrastructure would return, that um, the economy would recover, that families would find new hope and new purpose and restored life right now and long term. In addition to prayer, we can also give toward relief efforts. The Cooperative Baptist Fellowship, which is our national body of Baptists that we voluntarily associate with, the Cooperative Baptist Fellowship has established a fund to help with relief efforts, and they have sent CBF field personnel to be on the ground in Nepal to help ensure that the funds that CBF churches raise are applied in an appropriate manner to help with the relief that is going on right now. If you're interested in giving toward efforts to provide relief in Nepal, you can read about that option below, and there's even a link for you to be able to give monetarily toward that. Additionally, we can give locally. We have two Nepalese students who attend Angelo State University and who have been personally affected by this tragedy, whose homes have been destroyed. They are from Kathmandu, whose families' livelihoods have been destroyed, and who are needing to stay in summer school at ASU in order to have shelter, in order to have purpose, in order to be provided for. They cannot return home right now, but they're caught in the middle. There are no scholarship funds left available for Angelo State summer terms, and their families' finances are obviously in disarray. And so if you are interested in helping to provide for these Nepalese students who are right here in our community, you can read more about their story below. I've attached a link to a story about them from the San Angelo Standard Times, and I encourage you to click on that link and read about their personal experience with this tragedy. As well, Wells Fargo Bank, right across the loop from our church, has had a private scholarship fund established by some community members for these two students. And you can contact Wells Fargo Bank directly, and I encourage you to do so, and give toward that scholarship fund, which will be applied toward their needs for summer school to get them enrolled and give them a place to stay that is safe, where they are provided for. Additionally, Christy Walton, one of our own church members and my wife, is a professional counselor who works at Angelo State University, and she has a personal relationship with both of these students. She has included a letter below that can tell you a little bit about their relationship, encouraging you to be a part of restoring the lives of these two young college students right here in our community. I hope that you will consider how God would have you give toward restoring life for those here and around the world affected by this tragedy. If you have any questions, you can certainly call our church office and speak with me directly. Blessings.